Hey there, guys. Previously, I've made a couple video about the most attractive qualities in men, the most attractive qualities in women, and I've been getting some second opinions, and I want to clarify certain things that I think are popular opinions today that aren't quite correct. And I don't think that aren't quite justified. And I do feel like we need to start going deeper into that because we're living in a culture of instant gratification. We're living in a culture that delivers instantly if you can afford it to any need that you have, and people are losing self control. Not only are people losing self control, they're then demanding to be accepted and loved for their inability to control themselves, and they get offended if you don't do that. So I do feel like we should go a little bit into the specifications of, and I don't necessarily love the term high value man or high value woman. Let's just say a man who's behaving in a high value way and a woman who's behaving in a high value way. So let's start off with the plague that we have today of men who have a very high body count, who are trying to pass off that body count as a statement to their value. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but just because you have been with a lot of prostitutes or a lot of women that few people wanted, or whatever it is, it doesn't make you more valuable. I know that for a man, it's not as important to be selective as it is for a woman. It is more forgivable to go ahead with your baser instincts when you have the chance to. But just having a number itself, it doesn't make you a valuable guy. Anybody who is hell bent on having a high number in art in today's culture can get that number high. It doesn't make you more desirable. And I think we as women are starting to wake up to that reality. We're starting to see that just because a man has been with a lot of women, it doesn't mean that he's a desirable man. It doesn't mean that this is a man who's engaging in high value behavior and doesn't make him a high value man. I'm not saying that you have to have a very low count, that you have to be a virgin or anything like that. But self control is a huge indicator for man's character or man's value. And while it's not as important for him to be selective, it is very important for him to exercise self control. And yes, women are absolutely starting to realize that, at least the ones that are looking for something a little bit more serious. And I think in reality there's two factors other than how much money you make and how attractive you are that people are going to be looking at, a girl is going to be looking at, to determine how desirable you are as a man. And yes, the smaller factor, the less significant factor, is going to be how much demand there is, the attention of how many ladies you have caught but not necessarily acted upon, just caught. And the second factor is by far the biggest one in determining what the value of a guy is. And it's going to be determined by the highest value woman, most desirable woman that he could get to fall in love with him and to stay loyal to him. That is actually an indicator that this is a great guy. Having a high body count is easy in today's culture of instant gratification and is no kind of indicator of your value whatsoever. Now, for the woman, I would like to address this little thing too. Yes, having a lower body count does make you more appealing as a woman. You can deny it all you like, but the truth is, it simply does because it makes your partner more special. Not to mention infections, all of that stuff. It just makes your partner more special. And again, I'm not saying it has to be 0, I'm not saying it has to be 1, but there's other factors. For example, a woman who has a very low count but isn't selective, she simply didn't have anybody interested in her. It's not necessarily a valuable woman. She may be very religious, she may have very good morals, but the fact is, in order to be selective, you have to have somebody's interest, you have to have candidates. So, in a way, a woman isn't all just about her ability to say no. A woman is also about, you have to ask, who is the most valuable guy that this woman has said no to? It doesn't have to be that she said no to 1,000 people and that one only said no to 10 people. Who is the most valuable guy? Is it like in the case of, who was it? Claudia Schiffer? Is it a prince? Was it a hunchback chimney sweep? Those are the little indicators that you have to look at as well. You can't just say she's never been with anyone because nobody wanted her, so that means that she's extremely valuable. And you can't just say he's been with a lot of women, so he's extremely valuable. No. Selectivity truly does make you valuable, but for selectivity, there's not just one ingredient. And for a man, yes, having interest in you makes you valuable, but what is the quality of the interest, and how far can you take it? All right, cheers, guys. I wish you all a beautiful day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.